What's going on, America? This is Kevin in Kevin's Corner, and it seems to me that the Democrats are playing a little media jujitsu, along with the liberal media, of course. If you know anything about jujitsu, back in the day, I used to wrestle and do a little MMA, a little Muay Thai, and some Roman Greco, some wrestling, things like that. Well, when I went down to Miami University on a football scholarship, when I talk about my experience at Miami University, I have to speak like this. When I graduated from Miami University with multiple degrees, you just have to speak that way because it was an Ivy League school. And I don't know, I guess it's a rule. As soon as you start talking about it, you got to start speaking like that. But anyway, so when I went down there, here's this young boy from Youngstown, Ohio, used to roughing it up and scrapping in the streets, go down there to Miami University and brought that same type of attitude down there. Now, I was maybe 185 at the time. I come in there, and we wanted to go ahead and establish the alpha male status. Youngstown's here. There's three of us that went down there. So I want to take on the biggest bull in the ring. I'm like, all right, I'll start messing with the linebackers playfully. We wrestling and stuff. Now, they didn't understand leverage. They didn't understand counter moves. So when you're talking about jiu-jitsu, it is, okay, whatever your opponent do to you, you have to reverse it on them. Yeah. So here's this big linebacker, wanted a piece of me. All right, now here I am, 185. He's 250. He's just going to muscle me. In his mind, he's like, you know what? Grab this dude, start driving him back, and push him up against the wall. Well, I'm thinking, okay, I want you to do that. Now, as he's pushing me, all I had to do was use his leverage, twist the hips, and off he goes into a big cartwheel, feet up, no hands down, though. It was a cartwheel without his hands down, and landed on his back, and all the wind came out of him. And everybody in the locker room's laughing. Oh, my God, this dude got slammed by this dude. Size didn't matter. None of that. It was all about counter moving. I don't care what you try to do. I'm thinking, okay, if I ain't ready for it, I got to figure out how to counter it. Same thing with the liberal media and the Democrats. Right now, they have been getting off the hook because they are better in countering than the Republicans. Now, what do I mean? A couple weeks ago, some shootings took place down in Texas and in Dayton. For a whole week, we hear Donald Trump, he pretty much shot the people up. He's the one that's responsible. It's directly responsible. Donald Trump and his rhetoric. Donald Trump, he one created this atmosphere. Donald Trump. Now, this week, an ICE office is shot up. Yeah. Now, for the last 2.5 years or so, the attack on ICE and the immigration border patrol has been vicious, coming from the media and coming from the Democrats. They have told everybody that these people are housing concentration camps down there, and they're killing kids and ripping parents and babies apart. All of these things, creating these images in all of these susceptible people in our society's head, and causing these animosities to arise, where some people are talking about, well, let me go in and try to blow up ICE or shoot up ICE or whatever, putting these people's lives in danger. Now, this happened a couple of days ago. They shoot up an ICE facility. Nobody was hurt, thank God. But nobody is saying, well, we have been demonizing ICE for a whole year or two. In Alexandria Cortez, she did say it was like a concentration camp and they make them drink out the toilets. We have contributed to this moral outrage, this false or misplaced outrage. We have contributed to this toxic environment for our own personal gain, because we don't care about these people. We really don't. We just care about, one, tarnishing Donald Trump's image, and two, creating a new voter base that will eliminate the ability for the Republicans to win. Because after we get all these people over here and we legalize them, then we can go ahead and get them onto the Democratic plantation. That's what we really want to do. But we can't say that. So we have to make it seem like it's a moral issue. They're out there talking about some, people need to read the Statue of Liberty and the poem that's on it. I don't want to hear about poems, man. I want to hear about policies. When you start talking about a poem, you want me to get all fuzzy on the inside. I want to hear about policies. So now they've been demonizing ICE, Border Patrol, the president, about illegal immigration, and then you wonder why ICE facility gets shot up, and nobody is running around blaming them. Now, I wouldn't do that either. I wouldn't, because just like I didn't want them blaming the president for these shootings that took place, at the end of the day, a person is crazy enough to do that, or stupid enough to be manipulated by that rhetoric, they weren't wrapped too tight in the first place. That's how I look at it. All right. That would be like me listening to Public Enemy and going out and starting to beat up white people, just listening to Chuck. He was mad all the time. I got a letter from the government the other day. I opened and read it. They said that they were suckers. They wanted me for their army or whatever. Picture me giving a dang. I said never. I didn't listen to that and say, well, now I think I need to go out and fight the power. I listened to it and put it in context, okay? I understood that doesn't give you a license to start beating up white people and saying it's all because of racism and systemic racism and slavery, all that stuff. You got to have some type of self-control and some social awareness to see that it's a political game, political jujitsu. That's all it is. So what happens now is it gets flipped over to them. Even if people start demanding that all of these bootleg Democratic politicians come out and say, we condemn these shootings of ICE facilities and we need to bring down the rhetoric demonizing ICE, all they would do is flip it again. That's what the Democrats do. They would simply be like, you know what? I'm not condoning shooting up ICE, but you know what? The environment that was created by Donald Trump is so toxic that we simply are keeping him in check. We're simply calling out all of his evil deeds and his wickedness and his racism. And by calling that out, okay, because we're not doing that for some personal gain or anything like that. We're doing it because we have a responsibility as the media to call out these deeds, and just simply by calling them out and people happen to listen to them, it probably prompted them to go and do that. But we never intentionally demonize them or meant for these things to happen. They're always going to play political and media jujitsu. And the Republicans need to learn how to do that as well. Because all week we heard Donald Trump pretty much just went down and shot some people up. But now ICE facilities are being shot up, and mum is the word concerning the rhetoric that has been going out by the liberal media and those Democrats. And I guarantee you, if you call them on it, they'll still flip it. Yep, they say, okay, let's counter that with a little twist move and then come back with, you know what, it's still down there. Trump, he's the one. I don't care what you say, what we did, how it contributed to this. It still all goes back to Trump and his wickedness and his rhetoric. So the Democrats are masters of media and political jiu-jitsu, and the Republicans need to learn a lesson. Okay, they need to learn how to hit some counter moves themselves, or it's going to be a problem coming down the road in the next 6-7 years, because Trump's going to get 4 more. We already know that. But after that, sky's the limit. I don't know. It's going to be just up for grabs and juggling. So we'll see. So anyway, that's my thought on it. God bless you. Don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, and the notification button. Find me on Facebook, Twitter, and also check out Extreme Teas, my sponsor. The link's in the bottom. If you like the products, click on it. You'll get a 20% discount by putting my name in the promo code, Kevin. And if you want to donate to Kevin at Kevin's Corner, there's a link in the bottom. Do that as well. And we will see you. Matter of fact, I'm going live tonight, 7:30 on YouTube, and also on my radio blog talk show. The links to that is in the bottom as well. And we'll see you next time in Kevin's Corner. God bless.